Today we're talking about the cheapest truck you can buy, the Ram 1500, the classic Tradesman model. I do have the crew cab, the quad cab's a couple thousand less. But yeah, I've driven this car for about 10,000 miles, 6 months, so I feel now I can get a good assessment, especially after hunting with it all fall. And I came from a Ram 1500 to 2013, the Bighorn edition, so I've got some experience with maybe a higher end model and can give you guys just a breakdown of everything that I've learned about this truck from the last couple months, some positives, and then we'll go into some negatives. So obviously this thing's full of grime and grit from the roads, but in general I like the look of the Tradesman. A lot of the higher end models have chrome accents either on the bumpers or the grille. Now you can get the blacked out grille or maybe that black shiny grille, but it's an upcharge generally with the higher end models. I kind of like less chrome on some of the trucks. I like that look. Blacked out tires, I always like the look of blacked out tires, and Ram actually doesn't charge extra for these. Now I did buy this vehicle used, so I did get new tires, but the rims themselves came black, and I love the look of that. And I do think it makes the 17-inch tire look a little bigger like the 20s. My old truck had the 20s, and I'm not gonna lie, it looked a little nicer. So this model has the V6 in it and the 26-gallon tank with the 8-speed transmission, and I'm still getting over 500 miles on a tank, and I like being able to drive really long distances. I feel that helps on road trips, out-of-state hunts. My media works out of state sometimes, and getting those extra miles versus like a tank or getting like 300 miles on a tank is huge. I really like the fact that you can do that. Now to upgrade that and get the 32-gallon tank, which I used to have, dude, it's like 400 bones. So I think it's 440 bucks on the website. So that's quite a bit of upcharge to get more fuel economy, or a bigger tank, but you get it. My buddy Dave has a truck, a Toyota, and it gets about 17 miles to the gallon. And it's a little smaller tank, and when we take that thing out west for hunting trips, you gotta stop way more. So I like the fact that this thing gets over 500 miles on a tank on a regular basis. You know, here in the winter on a tank of gas, you know, I drive to work about 15 miles, and some of that's 55, and the other half of that's, you know, the rest of that's really, I don't know, 70 miles an hour. I am getting like 19.5 miles per gallon on a tank. That's city driving, going to the grocery store, hunting, everything I do. Now if I got some more like road trips, I'm getting well over 22 miles to the gallon. So yeah, that's huge on a truck this size. You got the black accents here, which I really like. Obviously your trailers hookup, which is way nicer than what it used to be. Yeah, you used to have to pay extra to get some better hookups. This thing is disgusting, but it is what it is. Now some people might look at this as a negative, but I like a key that goes in the ignition. I think when you have a vehicle that's got the push button starts, it's very easy to leave that key in the vehicle, run inside, go run your errands, go into the house, and you leave that vehicle essentially with a key inside it. I think because we're so used to turning it off, putting it in your pocket of some sort, or carrying these keys then with you because you've completed the turn off of a vehicle, I don't know. I don't think the push button is all that great, and I would be curious your comments if you find yourself, if you've got the, I don't know, fobs that identified they're in the car and you can push button start, if you find yourself leaving those keys in the car a lot more, misplacing them. I think you do. I like the turnover key. All right, let's get to some of the negatives of the vehicle. Yes, this vehicle has some negatives. Starting things off, the backup camera, yes, it has one, and you get the lines as far as where your vehicle is traveling, but the crispiness on the screen could be a little better. Also, the touchability of the screen, it kind of reminds you of the early cell phones where the touchscreen wasn't fully figured out. It's just not as good as, say, like your phone that you can literally like play video games on, and it's super sensitive. It's not make or break, right? It doesn't affect my joy of driving the vehicle. I can still Uconnect and get my phone and play my podcast as I drive and listen to music. Like it's not bad in that sense, but I noticed my wife's vehicle that's a little higher tier has a better screen. This is a huge one for me. There's no storage cubby here that used to be there with the old Rams. And that's probably on the higher end models, right? Like cell phone or glasses, odds and ends items would be perfect right there. This top storage area is wide open, which I would much rather have it like closed. Now, yes, I have this ability here, But I would much prefer this thing to like have some sort of storage and latch it closed like it did on my old 2023 model. Huh, would you look at that? We got some beers for the Ohio State game. But another negative for me is getting into this storage area below the seat. Because that car seat's over there, I can't flip this thing up. You have to take everything out to get into your bottom storage down here, which is hugely annoying. Obviously the bulbs you get with this thing are not LEDs, so literally the day I bought this, I pulled into AutoZone, I borrowed a socket set and put LED bulbs in at least my low beams. I still don't have high beam LEDs, and if you notice, I did put some ditch lights on this year. I really love those. I'm actually going to put a review on, you know, what I think about ditch lights and all. I did do an install video on the channel as well. This vehicle doesn't have heated seats. That's not make or break. Something I would really enjoy is, at this point in time, if I could get remote start on this thing. This truck sits outside, so having it warm up, especially in months like this, that would be very huge. So those are a few of the things that I think are negatives. The storage bin's kind of annoying, and getting in that back seat area is kind of annoying. Like, come on. You know, we can improve that pretty quick and easy. And I even looked for like aftermarket storage bins for that front area and didn't find it. Leave me a comment if you have any questions or thinking about certain things. Always wanting to hear from people and get your guys' thoughts. Thanks for watching.
Do you drink beers in a garage? That's exactly why the garage bar was invented. Unfolds in seconds, ready to go. Pull your wood out and enjoy a cold one.